Just bring the bucket through. We'll come and get there. We'll come and get the bits. Yeah, so some games just don't seem to work for it. I mean, I was quite enjoying. What was I playing a while back? Ad Astra, I think it was, which was one about. That one seemed really cool, and I was enjoying it a lot. That was one where you are an AI who is being used to coordinate or control the terraforming of Mars. So you were landing, you weren't landing rather, your lander was landing, you were up in orbit. What am I after? The bucket for the PIDs, aren't I? And then in building little stations and collecting resources and managing... It's a time management, time and resource management game. And I do like those. I've done those before. And then you're interacting with the... Well, to a little degree, interacting with the people and the history of Mars. Finding old lander, things like that. You know, you find Beagle. You can find the Beagle lander and stuff like that on Mars. That was really good. But after a while, it got to be a bit grindy and tenuous, and it just wasn't really working out. Where did I leave Trudy? Is that Trudy? That's Gek Pudding Touch. Pudding Bridge. Did I leave them over here somewhere? Have I lost a PID? I don't think I've lost a PID. I might have put it somewhere a little bit silly. We'll probably spot it later. Or I picked it up while I was talking, which also happens. Yeah, but again, like, it was a really enjoyable game, but it got to the point where I'm thinking, I can't actually make this into a Let's Play. It doesn't really translate very well. There was just too much grind, and enjoyable in terms of resource management, but just it didn't really work in that instance. And so I had a few recordings, and I just scrapped it in the end. I never did it. And in fact, to make it worse, I've not actually gone back to the game, which is weird, but where I've only got so much time to play, I tend to commit most of my playtime to recording, and that meant that I kind of didn't play the game anymore, which was possibly not a good choice. Hold on a second. Is that a rubbish broom or a tool broom? It's a tool broom. So I've got to the point where... Are you still rubbish? Looks like you might be, but I'm not sure. We'll come back to that later. Don't know. We'll hold off on a decision on that. I hadn't seen a broom. I'd forgotten there was a broom there. No, don't do that. Well, that solves that anyway, doesn't it, eh? I know you were shouting at me. Tell me what the answer was. It's fine. Maybe they'll fall through the map and the problem will go away. Anyway, must be after a bucket. Yeah, so I've gotten to the point where, in fact, it's almost like if I don't Let's Play it, then I don't play it at all. That's not quite true, but it seems to be a big decision for me, a big part of the decision process, which is a bit sad. Really, I should be able to play stuff without recording it. Otherwise, I'm limiting myself in my games. I mean, it's not quite true. I did replay XCOM Enemy Within the other day. You don't need to see that, so I didn't feel the need to record that. But I don't know. This is what's going through my mind when I'm planning these things. And that's it. PCD, no brainer. Sure, I'm going to play that. What possible problem could I have for starting up a Viscera game, apart from forgetting some of the controls? It's very much a known quantity. In fact, is it falling to the point of in my mind, the point of nostalgia. Nostalgia games? Now, I've probably mentioned before that I will a bit less now, but up until very recently, I would play, almost every year I would play the Batman games, the Arkham series. What have I done with my bucket? What did I do with it? I put it somewhere over here. There you are. Yeah, I'll play through all the Arkham games because I really enjoy it. Batman. Oh, it's a hat. But really, as I do that, it's like listening to a song too many times. After a while, oh, there's another bucket dispenser. What I mean, he's just so generous. What a map maker. So generous. Giving us yet another bucket dispenser. Some map makers would just give the 2 fingers to the cleaner, and so you have to run back every time to get another thing, get another bucket, but not fodder. Oh no! I could do with a light though. Yeah, so I'm mostly replaying the Batman games, the Arkham games, because it's nostalgia. It's a comforting thing, you know, because I know the games inside and out. Don't do that. Don't drop it. Now, they're a known quantity to me. I know the controls, I know the story. I'm just sort of not quite going through the motions, but I am, to a degree, I guess I am. You must, yeah, I'm sure you've got games like that, or films like that. You watch them again, or you play them again, just because it's like a comforting cycle of something. You really want to play something or get that stimulation, but something new would be more challenging than you want or need at this very moment. Who's this? Who's been poor old Amy got really mashed into bits. Don't worry, Amy. We're not avenging you, but we are cleaning you up, which is kind of the same thing. Yeah. So I think maybe Viscera is... I'm going to throw myself off the edge in a minute. Careful me. Viscera is so familiar that maybe that is falling into the nostalgia area now, which is a warning sign. Because I probably shouldn't play the Batman games every year, because I've kind of done them now. There's not really... There's not really... I'm getting less and less out of them the more I play them. You know, I don't think I actually could play Arkham Asylum again. I think I'm finally at the point where enough is enough. You know what I mean? And it's just not... It really is going through the motions at that stage. I'm not getting the endorphin hit out of playing it again now. There's much less joy in doing it, which is very sad for games that I've always very much liked. Arkham City? Maybe? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, maybe I'm done with that. Does that mean I'm nearly done with Viscera? I don't think so. Because maybe it's got better replayability. Would I want to replay some of the Viscera levels? Maybe some of the levels have got... I don't think I'd want to play like Caduceus or some of the other very well-known ones anymore. Rust Station or anything like that. Maybe that's the answer. While people are making maps and making new content, I'm good. I don't know. Idle thoughts. It's a video of idle thoughts, as all of my videos, Viscera ones generally are. Idle chatter. Right. Let's have a little look over here. Just a bunch of rubbish in the corner. Amy, what the hell were you doing? What a lot of rubbish. Not that it was necessarily just because you died here doesn't mean you left this mess as well. As it all fell out your pockets. It exploded into Chinese food packets and drinks containers. Right. I mean, was it too much to ask for the people who actually work in here to actually throw their own rubbish into the lava when you've got such a convenient source? And that'd be a pretty damn enjoyable. You know, you finished your can of coffee. Do you throw it in the bin? No, you fling it into the lava and watch it land and sizzle. You know, the joys of sitting around a campfire and watching bits and pieces burn. It's that sort of idle enjoyment. But apparently not. Worked too hard maybe by the company. The constant monitoring of their activities. No time for well, enough time to drink beers and eat Chinese food apparently, but not enough time to mess around with the lava. Too busy mining. How are we doing here? Does that connect straight through to the other side? It probably does. We've got another crystalline entity over here. We will chuck these over anyway, just in case. Is that another thing down there? Oh, damn it! Look. Okay. Don't now. Careful, me. Come here, you. We got here. Someone tried to. This is the wrong place to run, wasn't it? Nearly. Christian. Oh, the graphics are pushing me around. Oh, careful. Christian, that was the wrong place to run. In desperation, he ran off the edge. Got trapped down here. Not quite sure who trapped you down here. Stabbed you in the back by the bit. Because there's no evidence of a body there. Maybe just slipped and fell and banged your head on the rock. Who knows? It went badly for you. Right. These are very pokey, sharp crystals. I guess they don't fall off the wall every time you slap them with them. There's still that mess over there I need to clean up. We've got some more PIDs. We'll leave them prominently, and I'm less likely to lose them. Yeah, I've got a bit of a problem with an edge here. Characters clipping onto the edge. Go. I'm tired of saving these crystals now. I was thinking all the way through, maybe there's something over there. There's like a machine we can feed them into to do something with them. I think I should just be chucking them. I think that's what Fodder wants us to do. Is chuck them away. Stop being so precious, me. Stop worrying about it. We're not working for the mining company. We're for the cleaning company. So clean up the mess. They can dig more crystals out. Yeah. I can't wait. I usually pace myself and don't look around too much, but we're gonna have a look over here. We'll have a look what else is waiting for us around here. I suspect this is the end over here, this tunnel, but it will tell us if there is any more machines. There's a note there. We'll leave the note till later. Is there any more machines or anything over here to use, or any stuff like that, or Can we just chuck these crystals in the bin? I think we probably can. We're going to go over this way. There's nothing down there. This is where the lava leads round to... No? There's only one way in and out of here? Okay, there's no... So what's over here then? Isn't there another route over here? Is it another bloody cave? Oh, it's just a nest. Maybe they dug into the nest by accident. They released them with their mining. Yeah, maybe. It was a double issue. It was the crystals contaminating people. And then it was the issue with the bugs coming out. Yeah? So in that case... I haven't wandered down on the route here, have I? No, I haven't. Terrible sense of direction. That's the nest. Okay, I've had enough of you bloody crystals. You're all now going in the bin. I'm going to clear this mess up down here. Christian. And then... Oh, I'm getting stuck on these terrain though. And then Dick. Do a reusable bin. Working our way around. Except when you don't need to, because we can just chuck stuff off the edge. Right. What's over here? Isn't there some bits over here? No, it's just the vines. We can clear that up in a bit. There's nothing hiding behind here, is there? No. Oh, that's going to be a problem. There's some mess, though. And I keep walking in something. There's like a 130 footprint over here or something that I keep walking through. Over you go. All of you. Get out of here. All incredibly valuable, really. Incredibly valuable, but they ain't no use to me. What in my contract, mate? Tell me what to do with these bloody crystals. Like I barely remember what to do with them when they fell on the floor and smashed. Through no fault of mine. A massive mess down here. But really not that bad. Not that bad at all. I reckon if two people were playing this, you could go through this real fast. With everything being so convenient, left it next to disposal. Disposal being chuck it off the edge, you know? Is that making things worse there? What is that there? That big black thing? Maybe I have to laze that off. I don't think that vines usually kept on making mess. I thought the vines only made mess. Come on. Come on, don't be like that. I thought the vines only made mess after you burned them. Laser? Anyone? Laser? Hello? There's a laser. Let's check this hypothesis. I guess there's a graphical glitch there or something now. I don't know what's going on there. I don't like it. Okay, it seems to have gone away. Let's just not worry about it, shall we? We've cleaned the bit down here. Weird things. You know, in sandbox games, weird stuff can happen. And we're not here to worry about weird stuff. As janitors. We're dealing with a lot of weird stuff. I don't mean we have to worry. Don't mean we have to think about it. Really overrated thinking about it. Who knows what sort of trouble you can get in yourself. So you just get on with your job, you know? That's what our corporate overlords want us to do. Have I created a mess down there that I will not be able to get to? That is entirely possible. We'll worry about that later. That was something I was always worried about with this level. Am I going to cause myself trouble? I mean, if I have, it's purely my fault. By not being careful about how I throw things off the edge into the lava. Maybe in those cases my corporate overlords would have been happy for me to think a bit more. Oh, will. Well, they'll give me a bad score later in my performance review. Give me a reason to dock my pay. Okay, how are we progressing here? We are making progress. With all these here body parts. Well, I haven't checked for a while, you know. Although I had this, I just started this map up after downloading it ages ago. That's not a good idea, mate. Get over this way. I'm wondering how much people are making new maps. I know a janitor has been making a lot of other things, bits and pieces. For other games and all sorts. Ones I've never even bloody heard of. Some really weird backrooms type stuff, you know. The pools was one I saw him doing stuff weird, which is very weird indeed. I've looked into. But making maps for things, I don't know. I don't know how busy the community is right now. Not having looked at it for a very long time. I could see that happening. It's just so stupid to wait for it. Never mind. Maybe people just aren't making maps for Viscera anymore. They're waiting for VCD2 to come out, which would be nice. That's going to take a while. Let's not chuck that unless we might need it later. You know, we're waiting for the new maps to come out. People just focus on other things. I mean, people who make maps are generally very creative people, so they're sitting idly around waiting for something. Maybe they'll be able to do other things as well. But maybe there aren't many new maps for Viscera. But I was just thinking, yeah, there's no shortage of horror films out there. There's no shortage of novel ones rather than just remake pods. You know, you see a lot of that. You know, what else could you... What would be a good choices for remakes? Things like, you know, Voyage of the Demeter, or Last Voyage of the Demeter rather. Things like that. The Dracula one. That was really cool. You'd have a lot of mess with the ship one. Certainly Podder's done a ship map before now. Lots of horrible tentacles. The new Alien movie, which I can't remember what the bloody hell it's called. It's not of interest for me particularly, so I've... Did you splash? I didn't hear you go sizzle. Yeah, so it's not really stuck in my mind because I don't really... It's kind of a remake of the original Alien, I've heard, but not as smartly done. But you know, it sounded like, you know, maybe that would make a good map. Or maybe people only really care about the classics, you know. Like The Thing and things like that, you know, those are better choices for maps than modern horrors and sci-fis. I don't know. Event Horizon. Which have all been done. I should probably look through. Maybe I'll do that for the next one. I've still got lots of maps sitting around for Viscera. I just have a little look through. Have a little dig through the workshop. See what the most recent ones are. And do that for the next one. Because you've probably seen this before. It's been out for a while. For quite a long time. And it would be far more interesting for me to do another map. Especially one from like a smaller, lesser known map maker. You know, I mentioned before, right at the very start, I said, you know, this was an unknown quantity because I didn't know who'd made it. And that caused me to pause and worry about it. Because making maps is bloody difficult. Making maps that work without, you know, technical problems and clashes and all sorts of things. And it's a huge amount of effort. And sometimes they don't go very well. When I went through a stage with that when I was still on Twitter, it was a very long time ago, I went through a stage of looking at very small game developers, very small indie games. What is that? Another weird graphical glitch there. And playing those. And some of them were not very well finished, and some of them had a lot of problems, but I didn't mind that, and I was happy to play them and get people a chance to show them off. I mean, Control Alt Ego, sorry, was one of the best ones of that. That was amazing. I didn't even finish the Let's Play of that, but you know, some of these things are incredibly well done Let's Plays. It's similar for that, you know. It's, you know, sometimes making a game or a map, you have great intention to start out with, but you struggle all the way through. The creative urge might leave you a little bit, or it's far more technically challenged than you expected. Doesn't mean that your efforts should not be shown for what they are and get people to have a chance, a small audience or other people to see what you did, and that to inspire you. And I'd quite like to do that with some more maps. So maybe I'll do some more Viscera maps, I think is what I'm thinking after this one. After this quality creation. Yeah, maybe I'll look up some new ones and see what's out there. Or not. Well, there's no shortage of really good ones from... come here! People like fodder to play through.